It's difficult for newspapers and for the press sometimes to go up against these big institutions, but it's a hell of a lot more difficult for the man or woman on the street to do it themselves. Crucially, he had the evidence, he had the documents to back up what he was saying. First of all, it did appear that his policy did cover coronavirus, and secondly, that FBD had specifically sold it to him in the weeks leading up to COVID-19 arriving in Ireland on the basis that if it did arrive here, he would be covered. And once we published that, we then got again more and more businesses coming to us. What we uncovered, I suppose, in the reporting was that FBD had sold the policies to a number of businesses specifically to cover coronavirus. And then once it did come and they were potentially on the hook for all these losses, they changed their position and said, actually, our cover doesn't extend to pandemics and we're very sorry. This case ultimately ended up before the courts, and ultimately I think our reporting helped the individual policyholders to get what they always thought they were deserved. It helped to give them a voice that they otherwise wouldn't have had, and it helped to force FBD to clarify its position, and the position was ultimately found by the courts to be the incorrect one. Journalism at its best can change situations or sometimes even lives. Whether it's the publican who now might be able to reopen their doors because their insurer will have to pay out on a claim. Journalism is really about holding people to account on one hand, but also helping people who need help.